The 6 things that predict whether you're going to get a divorce or not all have to do with how you handle conflict. And the presence of one or more of these things predict whether you're going to get a divorce with 94% accuracy. They are a harsh setup that's marked by criticism, sarcasm, and contempt. The presence of the 4 horsemen: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Flooding, where you just do all-out warfare and overwhelm the other person with criticism and contempt. Body language, where the person that is attacked goes into fight or flight mode and their biology just takes over and they shut down because they feel like the enemy is at the gates. 5 is the failed repair attempts, where there is this pattern and it never gets healed. And 6, the bad memories that are left behind that leave that person feeling like, yeah, there's more of this coming and I just can't take it anymore. So you need to do an assessment on your marriage, your relationships, and if any of those 6 are present in a pattern-like way, then that goes on the top of your to-do list. Look, I believe that 50% of the solution to any problem lies in defining it. And when I ask a lot of people over the years, tell me the state of your marriage, they can give me an incident that happened. They can tell me how they feel or the pain that they're experiencing, but they cannot articulate the state of their marriage. They can't tell me what the issues are that are undermining their marriage. They can just say, it hurts. I don't like it. I'm unhappy. We have a lot of conflict. I say, why is that? Well, we just do. Well, why is that? What are the issues? And sometimes they'll give me a few topics, but no issues. And I can assure you, when you fight about everything, you're fighting about nothing. You have damaged each other. You have assassinated each other's character. Maybe you've carried forward a generational legacy. You have learned what you've lived. You grew up in a house that was combative, so now you're just replicating that in your own home. I don't know, but you need to know. When I say, how's your marriage, and you talk about your pain, that doesn't tell me anything. I can't stop your pain if I don't know what's causing it. 50% of the solution to any problem lies in defining it. What is it? What's working in your marriage? What's not working in your marriage? What are the assets? What are the liabilities? You've also heard me say life law number 4, you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. What do you need to fix? Not what your partner needs to fix. What do you need to fix? My dad used to tell me when I was really in my late teens and early 20s, he used to tell me, boy, you need to spend 5% of your time deciding whether you've got a good deal or a bad deal, and 95% of your time deciding what you're going to do about it. And that was wise counsel, because sometimes it is what it is. World's not fair, life's not fair, it just is what it is. And so some people spend 95% of their time lamenting how unfair things are. I've never been so afflicted. I do spend 5% of my time saying, well, this isn't fair. This isn't right. I hate this. This really pisses me off. But that's about 5% of the time. Then I deal with reality and say, okay, what am I going to do about it? So maybe your marriage is hell. Maybe you're living in an emotionally barren relationship. Maybe it's not meeting your needs. It's not giving you what you want at all. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Maybe you married the wrong person. Maybe your partner married the wrong person. But that's where you are. And maybe you got married and then had kids, or maybe you had kids and then got married. But you are where you are. What are you going to do about it? And there are things you can do about it. I want you to do something for me. I'm going to put this on the website because there's something I want you to fill out. It's called a personal concepts profile. This has the stem of 42 sentences, just the stem of 42 sentences. I want you to complete these sentences. The important thing is that you are brutally honest, because you can write down softball answers. You can write down goody two-shoes, fluffy answers because you want it to look good. But here's the deal. This is for your eyes only. Nobody's going to see this but you. Later, I'm not going to say, okay, now trade these with your partner. No, this is just for you. But it's important that you write it down. It's not enough that you just answer it in your mind, because I need you to remember what you wrote down, first impression. I need you to go back and look at it. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, but you're going to have to write these down. I'm going to give you a few examples of the kind of sentences I want you to complete. I tend to deny blank. I am happiest when blank. I hate it when blank. When I get angry, I blank. If only I had blank. My worst trait is blank. I feel like a phony when blank. I can't forgive blank. Men blank. Women blank. If only blank. Now, those are maybe 10 or 12 examples out of 42, but I want you to fill out all 42. And it's very important that you write these down, because it will give you a whole different perspective on how you look at things. Because then I'm going to have you go back and look at your responses to 4, 6, 7, 16, 17, 24, 25, and 31, and that's going to tell you a lot about anger in your life. And then I'm going to have you look at the answers to another subset of questions that's going to tell you a lot about fear in your life. And then another subset is going to tell you a lot about loneliness in your life. A fourth subset is going to tell you a lot about blame and forgiveness in your life. And then a fifth subset is going to tell you a lot about your dreams in your life and relationship. And all of that's going to be on the website. So the 42 statements are going to be there. And then this key that says, look at these specific answers to get some insight into anger, fear, loneliness, blame and forgiveness, and your dreams. It's going to tell you an awful lot. And then while you're on the website, I want you to do a relationship health profile. And these are 62 true-false questions. You can go through them very quickly, and I want you to go through them quickly. I don't want you to debate the answer. I want your first gut-level impression. And there are items like, I am satisfied with my sex life. True or false? My partner thinks I'm fun to be with. True or false? I am out of control. True or false? I feel picked on and put down. True or false? My partner respects me. True or false? I feel judged by my partner. True or false? My partner wants to hear my stories. True or false? I envy my friends' relationships. True or false? I feel needed by my partner. True or false? Those are just a few examples. Then I'm going to have you go back and count up the number of true responses you gave to even-numbered questions and false responses you gave to odd-numbered questions. And then there's a key in there that tells you what your score means. And there are going to be categories. If your overall score is above 32, you are in extreme danger of failing. If it's between 20 and 32, you have seriously troubled relationship. You may be living an emotional divorce. If you're between 12 and 19, you're probably about average, which is not great. Certainly needs work. And if you're below 11, you're well above the norm and probably only have isolated areas you can improve. So those are some areas that I'm going to want you to look at in the beginning so you can get some real insight to where you are. Because as I said, I ask people, how's your relationship? And they go, I'll tell you where we fight and what we fight about, but we really don't know. You're not really able to answer it. There's one last thing I want you to do while you're there, and it's pretty short. It's true or false, and there are only 10 questions. It is a relationship chemistry test, and I'll give you just a couple of the questions to give you a flavor of it. I am no longer physically attracted to my partner. Sex with my partner is energetic and satisfying. At various times, I resent my partner. My partner and I no longer kiss and caress. Those are all true or false. There's just going to be 10 of those. And then I'm going to tell you how to score it and what it means so you can tell where you are chemistry-wise in your relationship. Has the sizzle gone out? That's what you want to know so you can put something on your to-do list. That's all on the website.